It's okay to fail. Failing is all I've ever done. And it's been the greatest learning experiences of my life. That's what failure is you fall on your fucking face until you get it right.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
how it works. So
Yeah.
if you're not willing to fall on your face, then you don't want it. I was an All-American basketball player. So that was my background. Did the BC All-Stars, Nike 5-star, blah, blah, blah.
Wow.
Got a little injured and all that madness. Found myself winning the national championship in debate. And
Really?
that led to
Right?
a Yale offer for drama school. And I was like, I ain't got Yale money.
Let go. Hey, okay, I know I'm here to stay. Counting on my wins, so I can't play it safe. Trying to go against us, get you out the way. Go hard, it's the only way to play. Let me say, I'm a trendsetter. I'm a go-getter. I'm a trendsetter. I'm a go-getter. I'm a trendsetter. Who can do it better? I'm a go-getter. I'm a trendsetter. Hey, look.
This is going to be a fun one, everyone. Welcome back. We are here at another episode of Sportsing.
Yeah.
And when I tell you you're going to be in stitches, this guest right here is going to have you in tears like it just had Erica and I for even our short intro. Everyone, please welcome. You know him from Drumline. You've seen him on The Replacements. He just wrapped up his third season at Abbott Kinney Elementary. Abbott Kinney.
Ooh,
you know,
she don't have her shit together.
I don't,
It's a
because you know
street.
why?
It is.
It-
Yeah.
It's a street, and
Yes.
that's what I think.
That's
So
right.
my bag, everyone. But
You
Abbott
fine.
Elementary, let me tell
It's a
y'all.
phenomenal show.
Yes, so good. Please
Yay,
help me
Quinta
welcome
Brunson.
Yes.
Orlando Joe.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yay,
Love,
Quinta
love, love.
Brunson.
Yes, Quinta. Shout out
Yes.
to you, Queen.
Yeah,
That is
for
an
sure.
incredible show.
She's
It's an incredible
wonderful.
thing, y'all. When the casting came out, we all were like,
Yes.
they did it.
Yeah.
Like,
I've known Tyler for so long. It was actually a funny phone call.
was it? How'd it go?
He was like, we got to, this Quinta, we're in season 1. We play my dad. And I was like, yeah, sure.
Sure.
It
That's
makes
it?
sense.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I
Like,
see what you're
love.
going for. Yeah, absolutely.
And
I
that's-
mean, it's been my bio on social media for like a decade or more. So
That's
And
awesome.
not the little boy from Everybody Hates Chris, not Most Def, not Jeff Goldblum in blackface. It's true. It's
That's
not
right.
Orlando Bloom,
Correct.
not
Don't do
Juwanna
it.
Man.
That is
Not
fantastic.
Wow. I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to go. Okay, you
Oh,
get
yeah.
all
It's
of
an
those.
extended
Girl,
list.
one
One
after
another,
everybody
boom.
I'm not.
Not.
Is,
Am not, but I
Mhm.
am that guy.
yes, but not
Those other-
no.
Yeah.
No,
Don't
I
do
was
it.
never on Grey's Anatomy. I ain't got nothing to do with what happened over there. I don't want to hear it. Friends in the LGBTQ
cannot.
plus community,
Right.
sometimes they be like, "Oh, I know it ain't." I'm like, "No,
No,
it's not.
no, it's
In
not,
fact, you are
actually.
correct.
Right.
That is not. That is
So-
not at all."
I love it. I love it.
But talk to us a little bit about Abbott. How is the show filming? How
Yes.
was it as a project? You worked on. Obviously, you've been in this industry for forever.
Gosh.
Yeah,
And been killing it
35
for
seconds.
forever. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And doing your thing. And are pretty legendary in it. But so how's this project been for you?
It's fun. I think. Look, it's wonderfully written.
Mm-hmm.
I love the subject matter. I love kind of where it comes from. I was a fan of Quintus from afar, prior to this Black Lady Sketch Show and whatnot. So for me, fun. I'm a huge fan of Tyler. I think he's wonderfully talented,
Yes.
and I've known him since he was a kid. And my friend Ali Leroy is the co-creator of Everybody Hates Chris, so that's why I would go do those episodes because he and I have worked together for years. So for me, I'm like this 12-year-old who was gifted at the time
Yes.
has really evolved in so many ways. So for me, it's like super fun to, just to hang.
Yeah.
And that, I've known Cheryl Lee Ralph since I was writing on A Different World.
Legendary.
In fact, her brother Michael Ralph used to be our stand-in on A Different World. So I've
wow.
I've known them for so
Yeah.
long. You know what I mean?
Circle.
And then Lisa Ann Walter, I wrote her pilot. She had a series for that Lucy Solhaney greenlit at Fox, and I came in to try and clean that up and met her way back then.
Yeah.
So for me, it's kind of like a reunion because I know everybody through different aspects of my career,
Yeah.
and it's just fun. It's a lot of fun.
I
So
love that.
Yeah.
Is that how
Yeah.
you choose your role? Is that how you try to identify your characters that you want to play? I mean, you have a very diverse resume
yeah.
and list of characters you play. Like, how do you grasp onto that?
I think because I came from Mad TV and sketch comedy. I mean, the truth of the matter is you get a role in Mad TV two different ways. Either I wrote it or somebody handed it to me, right? That was my experience there. So when somebody hands it to me, I really don't give it a lot of thought other than what character I want to put into that slot.
Okay.
And I generally base if I have a conversation with them, like, what were you thinking? Like,
Right. Who is this for? Yeah.
you know what I mean? I mean, just to give them an opportunity to shape their story, through the characters they created.
Yeah.
So in that sense, I'm very focused on what you want and not so much what I want, right?
Okay.
And when I'm writing, it's a completely different thing. I'm in my playground, but I see them both as the same because that's how I came up in the business.
Sure.
So in this, I was like, what does Quinta want, right? And I had a sense that if I could mimic Tyler ever so subtly, I thought that would really, because he's a subtle actor as it were anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, if I can get to that where we sort of move sometimes in unison, it'll really make you feel like, oh my God,
Right.
did you
Look at
see
them.
that? Right? And so that's, in that instance, to be honest with you, that's mostly what I'm playing for.
That's cool.
Because if the words are what they are, but it's the physicality of it.
Yeah.
It's when you see two people together and they start to do a movement together and they're siblings. As humans, that's what excites us. It's a natural propensity, right? So for me, that's what I'm zeroed in on. What's gonna trigger that response?
Yeah.
So that's the Abbott fun for me.
Awesome. And then you're also currently doing the family business, New
Yes.
Orleans.
Yes, I am.
Talk to us about that project. And you're contributing music too.
Yes, apparently. Very,
He's like, am I?
Right. It's like,
am I
so,
really?
So I heard.
Jesus, is this what we're gonna talk about? Carl Weber, I'm a fan of. He had a bunch of bookstores on the East Coast for years, and was, he's an author, writer, and fairly prolific. And when it came to turning his books into a television show, he decided to do it himself and created a studio and Tridestin. And now he makes Black Hamptons and Family Business New Orleans. So I was supposed to join the journey early with the first Family Business, but he had no money.
And you're like, look here, though.
I love you.
Right.
Yeah. I was like, I joke. I said, I white girled him, no disrespect. I was like, this sounds awesome. And I'd love to do it. I would love it. I would.
Right.
This sounds incredible.
Right.
You have any money? I can't. I really can't help you. I'm so sorry. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so down for this particular cause, if you know what I'm saying. But just not able to get there right now at this particular time.
Unavailable.
So much going on, just you, my children,
Right,
this is
right.
so hard. This is so hard. My children, yeah. So
Amazing.
as such, when he came back around, he was like, I actually, and I was like, okay, well, that makes a little bit more sense. Like, what is happening right now? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. The bills still have to get
Right.
paid.
And I make
Also-
myself to what I am. Like, I don't make myself fancy, like we in the entertainment business, are in the business of selling things.
Yes.
That's what we do, right?
Yes.
You know what I mean? But, with the freebies, how dare you, sir?
Right. The
Like, hello?
audacity.
Yeah, especially
Right.
at this stage.
Right.
Have you met
In
me?
this tax season, and this weather,
In this
This
economy.
weather.
in this
In this
economy,
California
I
state.
think not. Hello. Do you know what's happening right now? Look me in the eye. Look me in the eye. That's my situation.
He was not for real.
I can't help you. I was raised by a bunch of crazy black ladies and Jewish ladies, okay? That's what happened.
Okay.
I can't help you. They are my first thought.
Yes.
That's your
It's
go-to.
the worst, girl.
Yes.
It's the worst. It's the worst. I'm catty and petty. I am. I'm so petty.
Self-awareness is,
Key.
So petty, girl. I
It's
don't want to
key.
be petty, but I'm petty.
you can't help it.
My mom is so good at it.
It's
Oh,
in your
love
DNA.
I can't. It's
So
in
good
my
at being
DNA.
petty. I'm
God.
dying.
Okay.
And Libby Fector is even worse, but she got the Jewish face. Oh my God, that's my darling. That's so adorable. What you just so adorable.
When did she come out?
Right.
I met her with my first business partner. It's his mother.
Okay.
And she sort of adopted me when I was 16,
Okay.
17. And her name is Libby Fector. And Libby's an older Jewish woman, and she's still alive, and she's 101
Yes,
years
she
old right
is.
now.
Hell yeah.
She's
Yeah.
in Columbia, South Carolina. And
Why?
So
That old Jewish lady is my heart. She makes me giggle, but she does not give a flying.
No.
and she
No.
shouldn't.
And
At
she shouldn't,
100,
yeah.
girl, let me tell you something. You
Yeah.
get all this transparency,
You get
honesty.
completely,
Do not care.
completely,
Right.
and nobody needs it. I tell her all the time. Don't nobody need to
No
know
one
about
asked.
all your shit, girl. Shut up. I don't care. I don't. I'm sorry. Libby Fector is a
Ay, ay, ay.
nuisance. She's a nuisance.
Don't do her.
You're right.
Listen,
He's
shout out
trying
to
to
her.
play
You know what
her.
I'm saying? She's
That
still
is-
hanging. She's still living.
Look, I'm happy about that part of it, but like she don't need to tell me
That's why she
everything she
here.
think. I don't need to know everything she thinks.
The thoughts ain't in her head no more. That's how she's living.
Correct. She said,
Well,
"Fuck
you
it."
talk to her. Because I cannot. Between her and
wait.
my own mother, I cannot.
So there's little whispers.
Oy.
Are you considering doing a stand-up?
Ooh,
Another
yes.
stand-up? Is that
Not
happening?
to
I've
TV?
been to a stand-up for
No,
years.
but
like a
like
new
a special. Are we
Sure.
doing the thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Listen, I've been writing for a while, and I tend to switch out, fairly regularly. And the new set, it just feels like it's time to do a
Yeah.
new set. But I think it's because there's so much crazy shit going on.
Oh.
It's like you can't keep up with the amount of crazy shit
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah.
So I feel like I need to just
jump.
because.
Yeah. A lot
like-
of content.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't even
Fine.
told one Diddy story yet. Like, not one. You know what I'm saying?
You're like, and I have so many.
girl, listen, I had an ongoing fight with that man about stemware that is legendary, that will always be. Yes,
How do you-
stemware. That's
I was
right. I
like-
said it. I said it.
The end of the podcast.
Hold on. Put my glasses on. For
Right, exactly. Trying to tell you something.
All right.
But
Well,
how do you balance it all? I mean, you just did Fight Back. You just did something with Method Man, Trouble Man.
Trouble Man, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, you're talking about a stand up. I mean, that's a lot on your plate. How
Is
do you Is it?
do you feel like it is?
Yeah, I was like, is that not? That's,
No, I don't
Yeah.
Okay.
feel like it.
Yeah.
I feel like if this is something that you really shouldn't be doing, then and you on the struggle bus, could they put some more pressure on you? They put some more pressure. That's an unfortunate. I mean, I feel bad for my colleagues that are in that position, right? I truly do. But for me, I don't feel that.
Okay.
Like for me, it's a joyful expression,
yeah, love.
irrespective of the darkness of the character or the lightness of the
Sure.
character or whatever. I think I've had a really blessed life, and I've been super privileged. Like if you're really looking for Black privilege, here I is. Hi, and I believe that. But I don't. It has never been something that was difficult for me. And I hate to lie to people and be like, boy,
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Woe
yeah,
is me. Yeah.
girl, I did 4 takes of Mr. Nancy and I was like, it's hot in here. I wants to go fucking home. I mean,
And we're
I've done it 4 times. This shit is 7 minutes long. You got it, right? Why the fuck am I here? I'm
We're done.
ready to go now.
Yeah.
Did what I wanted
Start
to do.
the car.
Yeah. And
Thank
scene.
you.
Right.
Like, but for me, I'm going to show up prepared, right? I'm
Sure.
going to do my
I'm doing my
thing.
work.
I am open for all suggestion, right? I have no ego about it. And then I'm ready to go play with my daughters and do some other shit. And that's why I think I still enjoy it. Right?
Sure.
And I understand that it's so personal, but so collaborative at the same time, that the less ego I have about it and the less stock I put into it in terms of it, I see it as such a separate value than who I am, right? And I see myself as the Eiffel Tower. Like you didn't take a picture with the Eiffel Tower for any other reason than to show your friends, right? You don't really give a fuck about me. The Eiffel Tower is a conduit by which to say I went here or this is an experience I have, right? So I'm a part of that experience very tangentially, really. But it's not about me. It's about them, right? So you get lost to me in this business when you make that part about yourself and you think, oh, I'm fucking special. It's me. That's what it is. No, that ain't the part. That's not it.
Right.
It's them sharing this aspect of their lives. And when you understand that, I feel like it allows you to sort of fall into the character, do my thing, come out of the character. That shit is so separate from me.
Yeah.
I don't often sound, talk, or walk like them motherfuckers, right? I got, and I kind of move on, right? Which is why stand-up is such a different thing, or music is a very different thing, because artistically they're such different expressions.
Yes.
And you go through different processes to do it. But as an artist, I crave to storytell in that way. Because that's my superpower, right? That I can do multiple things.
Yeah.
That's my superpower as a writer or what have you. So, and that's also how I came into the business. So I don't know that this was an intention. I don't know that this was I wasn't intentional. You know, I had an ad agency. I came here as a writer. When you come here as a writer, they talk about actors all the time, but very differently than actors imagine, right?
Yeah.
So my whole, first 6 years, I'm behind the scenes in that conversation only. So by the time you're in front of the camera and everybody forgets that you spent
Right, all that time.
That whole time. Yeah.
And at the time when I was in Hollywood, it's 1990, There's not a lot of black writers
Right.
around.
Nope.
Largely by myself in a room full of people who don't necessarily look like me, but who, by virtue of Libby Fector, I speak Yiddish, I get it.
Right. I can find it.
But I'm invisible in the room because I'm a 19, 20-year-old black kid who has no power in Hollywood. So why, I'm the person that you look through or around.
Exactly.
They make the introduction.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That shit. So,
Yeah.
I mean, fine by me. I didn't give a fuck. But I spent, 6, 7 years of my life as that guy.
Right.
But I was in the room listening to all of the conversations.
Right.
So it's very difficult for me as an actor to, I don't say anything, but I'd be sitting there thinking to myself, what kind of...
Is happening.
Why are you wasting your breath with this horseshit story you were telling me about? I don't give a
Whatever
fuck.
the hell. Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
first of all, I'm not about to lose my cool over whatever just went
Right,
left.
right.
Yeah.
For fucking production,
Yeah.
buddy.
Not my problem.
Yes.
I don't care. What did you contract? Do you work? Am I a writer, producer, actor,
Right.
director? What did you contract?
That's what you're going to get.
I am here to deliver those services, and it's friendly and positive. I hope we laugh a lot because it's entertainment, and it should be
that's what
fucking
it's about.
entertaining to the people busting their balls doing it.
That's what it's
I
about.
believe that, so I like to entertain the crew.
Yeah.
As you noticed. But it also is my own selfishness, if I'm being honest. I will say you the only actor cheat I will give you is I do that and have always done that throughout my career by which to level set the room. Because when people laugh in the room, the vibrational energy in the room is high. And it's really easy to get up for something you need to get up for when the energy is high. But when the energy is low in the room, it's very difficult to get up. And when you go down and you're playing something that's more, dramatic, you can get lost down there in that muddiness of things, particularly when you're doing it for 12, 14 hours.
Right. Yeah.
And you shooting the second half of the scene in the middle of the night and the first half of the scene at 8 in the morning because the blah, the blah, the blah, the blah. So keeping everyone laughing and keeping that energy consistent lets me go anywhere because as soon as cut's over, I pull the room back up. And it keeps me in a place where I can get to where I want to and then get back. So I can go as deep as I want.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm going to come out.
Yeah.
soon, right?
Regardless.
And it helps balance the difficulty of tone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
No.
I mean, you've talked about having to produce music and you've, also actor, writer. Which one speaks to you, fills your soul? Which would you prefer to do if you had only one option?
Oh, God.
It's a loaded question.
Ain't it? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know that I see them as separate things.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like these are the 5 fingers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
They all blend
And,
in together.
you're like, you want to lose the pinky or the thumb? And I'm like, my nigga, I don't
None? Right.
I would like to keep all 5.
Right.
You know, like,
Exactly. We keep
Yeah.
it fucking for real.
But I feel, because I feel like they are very, for me anyway, they're very different parts of me.
Yeah.
They're very different expressions. Like musically, I enjoy sounding differently. I enjoy that you could never pick me out.
Mm-hmm.
But that's my fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the gig for me. So, right, I've been on a ton of stuff where somebody sung to a guy track that was me, and I'm like, you can pick me out, but they didn't take me out. Because I'm like, oh, fuck, man, that's
Right,
good. You know?
exactly. Not me
Interesting, you know?
Right.
Right. But I'm saying, that for me, that was always the fun, right? Because if people don't know that side of you, they don't see that side of you. So for me, that's always fun, right? And trying to keep an audience entertained, to me, throughout the course of a career, to me has always been about pulling stuff out of the bag, as it were, right? On the entertainment level. And that's all. Those are the artists that I've always admired, Watching Peter Sellers work over the course of his career is pretty extraordinary. Even Tom Hanks, if you go back to Bosom Buddies and look at what he predominantly does now, you would never imagine that he's the silly sitcom guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So, I mean, there are so many, Albert Brooks would be another as a writer, producer who is sort of doing these movies. And, there's so many artists and storytellers who I think have sort of carved out a niche for themselves, as it were.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm a black kid from the South, so I didn't see a lot of me. There was a lot of me around as a kid growing up. So representation that represented something that had some nerdiness and swag was always what I was looking for, because I was like, why is this dude so boring? Like, why?
Like, what is happening?
Like, you know what I mean? I was like, this is not it. That ain't even hot. Like, what this dude got on? Like, you know what I mean? I was hating.
Thought I was hating.
I'd be hating. I'd be like, what is that?
Right.
And also, there's such an affinity towards, particularly in urban culture on the marketing side, there's a real affinity towards whatever is the most ghetto is the hottest. Whatever is the most ratchet. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like they turned Sexy Red into women's empowerment quick. That, you got to give it up, because that's a lot of, I mean.
Yeah, not for me.
She was naming colors,
Not my
my booty red, my booty brown. I was like,
my feet are
what?
green.
Here's an anal bleaching coupon. Go get that fixed. But I
had to tap out at the colors.
I am not hating. I am simply saying that were I, as a writer, to put that on paper, like, y'all would be lighting me on fire.
1,000%.
Really?
Crazy.
1,000%.
Really?
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Come on. And I'm happy that she got away with it on a certain level. You know what I mean? Because it gives me something to talk about. But
the jokes ain't gonna write themselves.
Right,
Girl.
exactly.
Okay, so we are a sports podcast.
Ooh.
Yes, this is a sports thing,
Crazy,
right?
I
Exactly.
know. Watch out now.
So I do want to get a little bit into, one, your relationship with sports just in life, right? And then two, you playing in a sports project, like you did the replacement and all that.
Oh,
like
and Swagger.
you get
and
Swagger,
Sure.
Drumline, like all these things. Yeah. So one, let's talk about, because your father played professionally.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my dad played professional baseball.
Okay.
And his brothers, my uncles, played professional football.
Okay.
I was an All-American basketball player, so that was my background. Did the BC All-Stars, Nike 5-star, blah blah blah.
Wow.
Got a little injured and all that madness. Found myself winning the national championship in debate, and that led to a Yale offer for drama school, and I was like, I ain't got Yale money. No, thank you. Appreciate you, but we good. And went down to College of Charleston and on a scholarship from a guy named Judge Waring, and did that and opened an ad agency soon after that. And a year later, I was in Hollywood. So, dropped out of school and boom.
Yeah.
So for me, it was, that's why I said I can't say it was intentional.
Yeah.
But once I got here and, got an opportunity to get a lay of the land, particularly behind the scenes the way I did.
Right.
And shout out to Susan Fales, who really, man, what a journey.
Yeah.
That lady. Yeah. I mean, you got to imagine, dude, I showed up here. If you ever seen A Different World, the character Whitley Gilbert is based on a woman named Susan Fales. Susan Fales' mother was a stage actress in the 1940s named Josephine Permise, dark-skinned black woman, one of the most famous stage actresses of the 40s. She married a European gentleman and had Susan Fales, who went to Harvard and then Bill Cosby, knowing them and whole nine, created Whitley Gilbert after Susan, who isn't
Nice.
Southern at all.
Hilarious.
And she
Right.
was the showrunner for A Different World that hired
Okay.
me for my job.
Oh, that's dope.
wow.
So she took me around Hollywood, and she
Yeah.
knew everybody. Diane Carroll was Aunt Diane. It was like she knew
Everyone.
everybody.
Yeah.
And she was, big time showrunner on the show. So that was my boss, and she took me everywhere.
That's awesome.
And the education I got from that,
yeah.
and the stuff she taught me without having the, you know what I mean, just
Yeah.
the access
Yeah.
was really was extraordinary. So for me, when I think about the thing I'm most grateful for, or even the things that I've learned that have helped shape my career, a lot of it is the time I got to spend, sitting around icons and superstars, listening. Best
Yeah.
advice was shut the fuck up. That was literally the
Hello?
advice. I'm not
Yeah.
joking.
No, dead serious. Yeah. that
Paul
makes
Aaron
sense.
hired
Stop
me. I'll
talking.
shut like this. This is how I went into the job. This is no lie. They had hired me to write on A Different World, and I had a guy named Paul Aaron that I knew. Lovely man. I love this man. And he said, "I'm gonna give you some advice, kid, and I want you to take this advice very seriously from me, okay?" I said, "Okay, Mr. Aaron." He said, "Kid, when you get in this room, and you're in a room with a bunch of 50-year-old comedy writers that worked on this show, okay? They're not going to think you're funnier than them. They're not going to care about you at all. So what I want you to do for the first 14 weeks of your 26-week contact is shut the fuck up. When I say shut the fuck up, I mean don't talk
Right.
at all unless spoken to for 14 weeks.
Wow.
And when you are done with that 14-week period, that is when you can begin to try to pitch a joke. And let me tell you why. You got to understand the room. You have to understand the window. You have to understand what they respond to. And if you don't know any of that, how the fuck could you pitch a joke? You're going to impress them with your business. You're so funny.
Right.
Shut the fuck up. And I was like,
Okay.
and I took that advice.
It was quiet.
For 14 weeks.
14 weeks, I pretty much did not speak. That's not true. I did pitch one joke. And Gary Miller turned to me and he said, "Kid, you want to peddle that joke door to door with a fucking manual? That's what you want to do, huh? Duk. Hey, read the script. See? It's funny on the paper. That's what you want to do, kid. Huh? All right. Listen, kid. Listen. Get the fuck out of here and quit with this dumb shit." That was like week 8 or 9. I was like,
Too early.
that shit
Too early. 14 weeks. Understood.
And I waited. And to be fair, there were other young writers that liked me because I was the age of the students. I was 19. That's why they brought me in, because they wanted the voice of a young
Yeah.
kid who had an HBCU experience.
Yeah.
And most of them got fired because they wouldn't shut up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
HBCU, I mean, that was your college, like collegiate experience. Like,
No, my father coached at an HBCU.
okay.
And my father went to an HBCU.
Okay.
And then, of course, coached at, Division I, Florida State too. But, South Carolina State, Florida A&M, Florida State,
Yeah.
we were at Florida State, but we spent all the time in Florida A&M.
Got it.
So that's how I knew Dr. White. And that's
Gotcha.
where Drumline comes from.
Yes.
Because I used to run
That's who
around
you
on
drew-
that field
yeah.
as a kid. Because my father coached at the big version,
Yeah.
but we hung out with all the black folks, so, And then after that, my dad went to South Carolina State, which is in the MEAC. So then when he's recruiting here, and then during the off season and homecoming, so I'm always at Hampton. And
Yes,
Southern
Howard,
and
all of
Morehouse
it,
and
yeah.
Howard, because it was the MEAC or the SWAC at the time.
Yeah.
That was it, right? So so I grew up in that lexicon. I knew it so well.
Right,
So-
very well. I mean,
When
so
you're- oh.
go ahead. Yeah, no, I think we're
when
going in
you're
the same
involved
direction.
in a show like The Different World that is so culturally impactful and legendary, even to this day, when we talk about it, when we reference Black television, that is at the forefront of one of the shows that we talk about that represented us in a way that, as an extension of obviously the Cosby Show, but we just hadn't seen us necessarily that way
Right.
or whatnot. In real time, do you know the impact that it's making, or was it not till after you guys came out of it that you're kind of like, oh shit,
yeah.
this is like,
Big deal.
It mattered for us as
I
people.
would say, at least for me, that's very recent.
okay. Okay.
That, and even Martin, I co-wrote the pilot of Martin.
Right.
People are like, "You wrote Martin?" And I'm like, the fuck?
Like, well, don't
Right,
beat me
right.
up
Well,
about
watch out.
it. Yeah,
Exactly. Watch out
exactly.
now. Yeah.
I gave a shit, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I sat on my resume for half a decade. Nobody gave a
Right,
shit.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
right.
You know, at all, right?
Yeah.
Now suddenly they're like, "Oh man!" I'm like, "Really?"
Right. Now.
Really?
Now.
Okay,
Yeah.
you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
sure did.
It means something to you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel that way about it, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel that way. I feel not so much. I feel like I didn't do it for you in the first place.
Mm.
So while I'm not upset about however you value it, I don't know why I give a shit how you value it at all. You know what I mean? That's not what I did it for. That's not why it spoke to me. That's not why I was there at 3:00 in the morning. It had not a fucking thing to do with you. So I'm so glad that you feel this way
Right,
about
that
it.
you
and
enjoy
yay,
it.
right?
Yeah,
I do,
like you did the
honestly,
thing,
but I
yeah.
try not to get involved. Because as a fan, I'm that way. Like, I love it why I love it. I don't give a shit what your shit is. You know what I mean? So I really kind of treat it that way in my own head. But it is odd to me but I'm happy because I feel like that cast deserved it for what it
Yes.
was for that time. I feel like the
Yes.
same way with Martin. You know, we
Yes.
were trying to do the Honeymooners.
Yeah.
People laughed at us. And it turns out we did the fucking Honeymooners. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
So for me, I'm like, that's how I
Yeah.
feel about it on a certain level.
Yeah.
Because
Sure.
all of this shit now, they're like, oh, it's iconic. And I'm like, but at the time, they were like, they didn't give a fuck about
Yeah.
what I was
Yeah, no,
doing. You know what I mean? Like, we were second class, right? It's
Yeah.
kind of how it was thought of to some degree, right?
Sure.
Which is why I went to rock, right? Because rock was Mert and Brian, the guys from Friends, you know what I mean? And they were high end, and we were going to do it fucking live, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? We were
Yeah.
going to show you, man. You know, and that was the energy that me and that rock staff took to work every day. We had something to prove, you know, because we felt like we had all been steps, you know, kind of step writers. And
Yeah.
Sure.
we wanted to be in the big game. So
Understood.
No, I love
Understood,
that.
understood,
I love
understood.
that. I mean, you've talked a little bit about like physicality, you know, kind of especially in your one step with your cast, you know, castmate, your character. I mean, and just to kind of go back to like what sports did for you in that. I mean, do you feel the tie that being an athlete helped develop the discipline in your
100.
where you are today, your
No
journey?
doubt. No. The stamina of a day, of a 16, 18-hour day, particularly when you're doing 1 hours like in Canada somewhere, and you're going to do 80, 90-hour weeks if you're 1, 2, or 3 on the call sheet. Just what it's going to be. So the physical stamina of that sports, having the legs for that marathon, particularly if you're doing stuff that's action, because now it's that and the banging your body around element, you know. So for me, and the discipline of it, I think the getting it up every day and just doing what you got to do, and the eating. I mean, I've been vegan and gluten free for almost 40 years now.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
But for me, that discipline and having that discipline is kind of core.
Yeah.
Because they don't give you, you know, Hollywood, they'd be like, take the drug. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
right,
sure.
right.
Yeah, for
just
sure.
Yeah,
I
for
mean, we just talked a little bit about our last guest, how like repetition and really being boring develops greatness.
Yeah. Very
You know,
much so.
like, and that also speaks to, you know, again, to your point as an athlete, right? You go into the gym or on the field, you know exactly what you do. You do the same things almost all the time.
Yeah.
And you do the same thing as, you know, as a character, as a writer, as a director.
100%.
You know, those things correlate with one another.
100%.
Yeah, we were kind of surprised to see how many like actors, you know, Hollywood stars have had an athletic background.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
It's pretty wild.
Acting is a very physical thing.
Yeah.
In some ways, I find it, at least for me, particularly in comedy work, even in dramatic work, it's so important because the physicality that you take with the character is everything. Like you say so much before you say anything. So, and just having the muscle memory to know what that is and lock into that and keep that consistent, but also I mean, you know how it is. Like you meet somebody on Instagram and they're one way. And then you meet them in person and there's another them, right? And as you see them in different places, you get to see the different shades of them. And that's what you're trying to bring to a character. So it's not one-dimensional, but it's got to be consistent because humans are funny. Y'all can smell bullshit real quick.
Right. Yeah. We're very smart,
Yeah.
believe it or not, occasionally. And the
I
occasional
mean, I'm
people.
not, but
Yeah.
y'all
no,
probably.
no. But that's, I mean,
There are smart people
well,
in the world.
right. But your dad was a professional. You come from a professional athletic background.
Yeah,
Why
definitely.
not the pursuit? And what did your dad play in that decision?
Not really. He never pushed in
Really?
any direction. You know, he was very standoffish about it. I'd say I had a teacher. Her name was Gladys Robertson. She taught public speaking, and she was the only teacher I ever had that cursed. And she went to my dad and said, "Hey, why are you pushing him into sports?" My dad's like, "I'm not." What the fuck are you talking about?"
What are we talking about?
And she's like, "Well, can you finish this basketball game with him and then bring him to this debate tournament?" And my dad was like, "Sure, great." And after seeing me perform, I think the first time my dad ever saw me perform was for the state championship, which I won. And my dad was like, "Shit,
Right, sir.
you should do that."
Right.
That's fucking, you know,
Right.
wow, I understand.
Right.
And he was honest. He's like, "Look, you're a hell of an athlete. You're a hell of a player, but you're Michael Jordan over here. But you're really good here. You're
Yeah.
incredible here.
Yeah.
But you're Michael Jordan over here."
Yeah.
And that was all he said. And I was like, "Oh, okay." And he was like, "And I don't know shit about it, and if I can recognize it."
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
right, the
no,
talent.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And that
yeah,
was the one and only business conversation with regard to being an artist I've ever had with my dad. My dad is a guy's guy, and he ain't having, you know, and a coach. He ain't having that conversation under no circumstances.
That's so interesting. I mean, you know, you have, especially as a professional athlete, you know, the push, you know, especially as a young Black man to go down the sports, you know, lane, and especially with different, you know, you have your uncle and you just the influences. I mean, kudos to your dad though. That's pretty dope.
That is cool. That is cool. I will tell you this before and let you guys get out of here before we run the tape out, as they say. But so, and I'm moving the mic because this is going to be loud. This is the meeting that was called by my parents when I told them I was coming to Hollywood. My uncles told me I need to come over to my Uncle Larry's house. I walk in the door. He said, "Hey, sit your ass down over there. Your daddy say you moving to California. That's what your daddy say.
Come on, Daddy.
Your daddy say you won't be an actor. That's what your daddy say. Is we gonna read something in the paper about you, boy? Is there something we gonna learn about you? We don't know right now. But if we gonna learn something that costs time about you, that we need to know right now. Because I don't want to read no shit in the paper."
That part.
So I don't know what the fuck this guy is talking about under any circumstances. So Lamar, his brother, kicks in.
Oh, God damn it. Always loud as fuck. Listen, is you a diabetic? Do you have sugar in your tank? That's what we trying to figure the fuck out. That's what we trying to understand right now. 'Cause let me say this right quick.
Is you a diabetic? I am.
See, Hollywood for the white man. That's how that works. See, she's sports for the Black man. See,
Hello.
they sports play the Black man. Hollywood pay the white man. So unless you like one of them that go to Hollywood, you know what I'm talking about. Unless you one of them, why the fuck you going to Hollywood? That's what he want to know.
I don't need you to goddamn talk for me, motherfucker.
Right, mansplain.
What is happening?
What?
I had that full meeting until I asked what Unk was, and shit changed. Because Unk is gay, and he has slapped the shit out of every one of them for hitting the S too hard. He is a monster. He is double jointed. He is, God rest his soul, but
Period. Point blank.
girl, as soon as I asked where he was, what the fuck Unk I got your shit to do with Unk.
Right.
Nobody's being disrespectful. We asking goddamn questions trying to understand who you is.
Right, don't bring him in. That's
Bring it
crazy.
dragged in this shit, go
Right.
threaten us, nigga. We ain't scared of fucking Uncle. Well, call him then. Motherfucker, call him. I had that meeting. So that was, you know, it was an experience.
And that is an experience.
And my
Right.
father was not there.
I was just gonna ask what your dad
My
said.
dad was not there. And when I asked where he was, they said he was a chiropractor. And I said, he where? He said, chiropractor. I said, there's no fucking way my father is a chiropractor. What are you talking about? He said, I said the chiropractor, goddammit.
Okay.
This man, shit, you done got Hollywood, you ain't even there yet.
Exactly.
All right.
Ain't even in Hollywood yet, and
You
already
still
you
ain't
up
got
in
it.
this shit. Can't understand what I'm saying. Motherfucker. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, okay, that's
Oh
what
my
we're going
gosh.
to deal with
Right,
today.
exactly.
That's what we're doing today.
It's
Can
awesome.
enunciate at fucking all. That's what we're doing today.
Okay.
Great. Thank you. I'm
Worry
going to
about what
go.
I'm doing.
Right.
I'm going to go at.
Right,
Okay.
exactly.
Much to your chagrin. So
amazing.
that was a real part of my life.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about mom? What was she like?
My mother is Scarlett O'Hara in blackface.
Oh, yeah.
She is proper. She is refined. She is an absolute artist in her own right. She made all my dad's suits. She created the Jefferson
Nice.
Awards down in Greenville, South Carolina. I hit the parents' lotto.
Yes.
But my mother, aside from not liking anything she felt was undignified and commenting accordingly, and my mother doesn't mince words, so she often displays what she don't like. So I hear lots about what she doesn't like. I don't like your hair like that. Don't like that at all. You got too skinny last time I saw you. Look like got a little too skinny for my taste. Need to put on 10, 15 pounds or something, because that's not what you want to look like right there.
That's not what you want to look
You know
like.
what I mean? Just all the
Yeah,
little
she gonna tell
side
you all the
comments to
things.
go.
Yeah.
But look, I was lucky. My parents have been supportive. I think, like all parents, they're funny and they're quirky and they want to be controlling and helpful. But I kind of broke free about 17, 18. I was making more money than they were, so I was like, "The fuck are you gonna tell me?"
Yeah.
That's when you started Homeboy Productions?
When I was
Okay.
18.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Look, here's the road I'm going down."
Right. This is what it is.
If I slip and mess up, I slipped and messed up, but I'm not making $5 a fucking hour at McDonald's. Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
So what are we talking
Right,
about?
what are we
Yeah,
doing?
exactly.
and I did that job. I made
Yeah.
biscuits at Burger King.
There you go.
Got up at 4:00 in the morning. I made biscuits at Burger
Come on,
King, and that
biscuits.
Negro got me fired from that job because he cussed that poor white man out for calling me in the morning.
Ooh.
Yep. Called me at 4:45 in the morning, and my father answered the phone. Who the fuck is this? Orlando needs to be. Orlando got a goddamn basketball game today. What Orlando got? Well, he needs to come down here. Who the fuck is you goddamn talking to right now? Motherfucker, let me tell you something. Don't you go to my goddamn house. And my son don't work there no more. Click. Lando! You don't work there no more.
Right.
motherfucker.
Right.
You
Right.
woke me up 4:00 in the
Right.
morning.
Now you trying to go back to sleep.
I
and
hear
shit.
this motherfucker like scrunching
Right,
around.
exactly. God damn it.
I'm like, wow, okay, I guess that job's over. So
That's
I'm
all
like,
she wrote.
you fucked that up for me. So I'm going to do this,
Correct.
sir.
You
Sir.
tried.
If you do not mind, sir. That was my father's nemesis. He's like, you are a nerdy little pain in my fucking ass.
That's
what you
amazing.
are.
That is-
But,
I mean, it's
yeah.
kind of how it goes.
Yeah, he's great though.
Yeah.
I love him. They're
So,
good
I mean, if
bunch.
we had to kind of wrap on our wrap up or
Let's wrap it
whatnot, just when you think about what it has been in your career, because as someone, I'm a little black girl from LA who had the dreams of being in this industry and seeing folks like yourself represented in the way that you guys have been. It's always inspiring, and it helps us believe that we can do it, all the things, right?
Mhm.
So when you think about where you've been and where you would like to continue to go, like what's important for you to leave? If you care about a legacy, if you care about the imprint that you leave with your work and your art, is there something you're like, this is what I hope that people walk away with?
I hope that people see my humanity first. I think I'm inspired by the idea that we could actually get our shit together and all fucking get along. We could quote Rodney King, Lord, but I just feel like as artists, that's where we have the biggest responsibility. And it's painful fucking work. But I think it's necessary and I think it's worth fighting for. But I hope that people go, wow, that fucker, he made me think, he tweaked me a little bit, and I fight for that. I fight for it in projects big and small.
Yeah.
That's the war for me. Because I don't care so much about the size of the role. I care if I can grab your fucking heart,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's the part I'm looking for. That's the role I'm looking for, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes I get offered shit, and I've been yelled at about this most of my career. Like, why don't you want that lead role? And I'm like, because that fucker, no one's going to care about that person. That's not, if it's about having my face on the poster, I guess that's exciting.
Sure.
And I can see the excitement to that, but, I always liked the other part when motherfuckers walk out and be like, man,
Right. That
Listen.
was woo.
He,
Yeah.
man, look, I hated this fucking movie, but your ass was
hello,
fantastic.
hello, you did the thing, okay?
Man.
Yeah,
Yes.
that
But I
part.
mean, and I kind of laugh about it because I used to really feel that way about an actor from SCTV. His name is John Candy.
Mm-hmm.
John Candy did a bunch of movies, and we could argue that none of them were great, but John Candy was great in every fucking
Every
one
one
of
of
them.
them. Yeah.
And I feel the same about Peter Sellers. Like
Yeah.
he was fucking great in every one of
Yeah.
them. Some good, some not so great, but man, was he.
His performance,
His shit was chef's kiss.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, I want to be like that. I want to have each one of these roles be like, fuck, is that the same guy?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
That was always, to me, that was always the magic trick, right? I didn't know it was supposed to be you do the same motherfucker over and over again and get famous. I didn't know.
That part.
Didn't quite see that part. And I was told. They
Right,
told me.
but-
They were like, if you do it this way. And I
Right.
was like, I don't want to do that. I want to be different. I'm everything. I want to do that. And they were like, okay.
Right. Good luck.
All right, good luck with that, Mr. Smarty.
Yeah. We'll see ya.
Yeah, so I'm still on that journey.
Good.
It was Paul Aaron, by the way, who told me that. The guy who found me was the guy who told me that.
Okay.
He said, this is a personality and this is an actor. And you got to decide which one you want to be.
Yep.
And your problem is you can do both. But you need to make a decision. And I was like, fuck you. I'm doing both. You're not going to tell me what I can and can't do.
Yeah.
I just met you and you seem awesome. And
Right.
thanks for the compliments and
Right.
shit,
Exactly.
but fuck you.
Yeah.
I am absolutely going to be a personality and an actor. So much so, I'm going to do the first part of my career as a personality and the second part of my career as an actor. And what?
Right.
That
Yeah.
And what? Shit. And I
God.
mean,
18 years
right.
old.
And we speak to a lot of parents. And as we wrap up, just like tell us what you tell your girls, your daughters, as that like tenacity. You told people at 18, go fuck yourself. This is who I am. This is what I'm about to do. How do you instill that as a dad into your daughters?
You can't just dream your dream. You got to do the work. The work is imperative. Dream the dream, do the work. Do the work. Please, Lord, do the work. It will make your life so much better if you do the work. That means consistency. Get into your routine.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be in control of all things if you're going to do anything. For me, I need to be in control of my body. I need to be in control of my mind. I need to be in control of my diet. I need to be in control of my voice. I need to be able to use those particular tools in a way that other people don't think about using those tools by which to expand. And that for me was the work, right? So that was really the focus. And I think it's critically important. And also, I think it's, if you can't, you need to close your eyes and see it, right? You need live in the dream. Pick out all the little details. It's so important to live in it and to get comfortable with it. And the more you see it, when you close your eyes and you can see it, it comes to life. I know it sounds like magic hocus pocus. I really know that. But that's not exactly what it is. It's more like you're programming yourself, you're programming your mind, and you're kind of fighting your way through. And it's, it's a destination that's in mind. And I can't tell you that it's going to be exactly what you dreamed, right? But I can tell you if you see it in clear enough clarity, probably.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. It's
more
a reality.
likely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that's the parts that are important, right? You have so many tools available to you now. Like there's no excuses anymore. You don't need to wait for permission anymore.
Sure.
These days are so gone.
Yeah.
So fucking go do it. There's no start whenever you just go.
Just go.
Please
Yeah.
just
Start.
please stop. That listening to that voice in your head that tells you that maybe not, right? It's okay to fail. Failing is all I've ever done. And it's been the greatest learning experiences of my life. That's what failure is you fall on your fucking face until you get it right?
Right.
That's
Yeah.
how it works. So
Yeah.
if you're not willing to fall on your face, then you don't want it. You don't want to get it right. I'm fine that you not wanting it, but don't tell me you want it, you don't want to fall on your face. I don't want to hear that bullshit. I'm not playing games with you. If you want it, then fight for it. please.
That is perfect and
I love that.
important and really, really a word. So thank you
Yes.
for that.
Thank
I
you.
needed to hear it.
Hey,
Yeah.
we all do. I
We
remind
do.
myself daily.
I love that. Yes.
Oh yeah, I talk to that motherfucker in the mirror all the time. Some bitch talk back sometimes. Too.
Oh, let me tell you.
Wait a
I've
minute.
got board meetings in my
Yeah,
head.
we have
fun.
Right, all the
Yeah, yeah,
personalities.
Wow, what was in that coffee?
Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, it's important. Yeah, man, affirm yourself. Build a routine that builds you up. Build a routine that builds you up is a very important thing, right? It's not just you're throwing blocks out there. It makes you feel good, builds you up, gets you there. Those things are important. Those routines are important.
Yeah. It develops your core beliefs, and your core beliefs shape your experiences and how you
That's
go
how
in
you
the
spend your
world.
time, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Mess around and you hit the Malcolm Gladwell respective 10,000 hours.
Yeah.
You're
here
19
you are.
years old. You've been putting the work in since you're 12, and you're free,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
But that's how that happens,
Yeah.
right? You know, like they talk about Tiger, but he started when he was 6.
Right.
12 years later, he was 18.
Right. Right.
Boom.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he went. Yeah. That's real.
Yeah.
Not by mistake,
Yeah.
by design.
Mhm.
I love
Yeah,
that.
so if that's what you wanted, then, fight through.
We love that. Well,
So
thank
brilliant.
you for
Thank
your
you.
contribution to everything. Honestly,
Right.
to like
Right. All of it.
All
all
the
of the
ridiculous.
things. I say that as a fan. I say that
Yes.
as someone who's been inspired by your work. I say in all
Thank you, my
capacities.
lady.
So thank you very much, and for this conversation, and for being here.
Thank you.
No, this
Yeah.
is amazing.
It means a lot to us.
And tell us where we can find you on things, and just let the world know.
I think I'm the Orlando Jones
Yes.
just about everywhere.
Period.
Or OrlandoJones.com. You'll see me there. That bug-eyed black boy on a few platforms as well.
Yes, the shows are out. We got another season of Abbott coming.
Yeah.
We have
Another
Fight
season
Night
of Family
as well.
Business
Yep,
happening. So
coming
yeah,
in.
Yep.
lots of stuff to look
on the
forward to.
airwaves.
And yeah, you know what? And I'm thinking about dipping my toe into your world and launching a podcast.
Well, you let us
The
know.
podcast world. We
Yes.
would love to have you in as a part of the community.
Yes.
Listen, I feel like I could waste some time and talk some stuff.
I think you have a lot to offer.
I will be there. We will help you.
We will
absolutely,
watch
and I will watch.
put it out there
Let me tell
and
you.
do the whole thing.
Yes.
So we're here for us. So you hear it here first. We got a podcast coming.
Absolutely.
But make sure you keep supporting Orlando and all of his projects. Again, thank you.
Thank you guys for
Of course,
having
this
me.
is another episode of Sportsing. This is Gloria. I am Erica. Make sure you share, like, comment, subscribe, tell your homies, tell your mom and them, all the things. And we will be back next week.
Bye.